How you doing? This is Sean with Sean's Outdoor Adventures. In this video, I'm going to talk about the Royal X8 longbow. I'm going to talk about how to string it and also select the right draw weight for you. Now, this is a 68-inch long longbow. And you'll notice on the string that comes with it, there is a side with a smaller loop and a slightly larger loop, as you can see here. The way to string your bow is you're going to take the larger loop and you're going to put it over the top limb and slide it down. And then you take the smaller loop and you put it over the bottom end of, the tip of the bottom limb of your longbow. Okay, the next thing we want to do is get the bow stringer. And on the one end of the bow stringer, there's a little boot looking thing. And get this bow turned around the correct way. So I'm going to put the boot over the top limb down below the string here. And I'm going to basically hold that in place. And then on the other end, I'm going to take the little boot and put it over the tip of the bottom limb, like that. And I'm going to pull up on the handle. I'm going to hold this boot on the top limb in place and slide the bowstring up into the limb tip on the top limb. And then ease down. Now, when you take your bow stringer off, you want to look and make sure that it's in those grooves properly so that it doesn't come out on you. Looks good. Now, for selecting the right poundage for your shooting, you want to first determine your draw lengths. The way you do that is you stand with your arms straight out like this and have someone measure from the tip of the middle finger of one hand to the tip of the middle finger on the other. You divide that number by 2.5. When I do that, it comes out to about 31, which means I have about a 31-inch draw length. Now, the draw weight is calculated on 28 inches. So for me, I'm going to add about 2 or 3 pounds per inch to calculate what I'm actually going to be holding with the Royal X8 longbow. Okay, so for this bow, this is a 35-pound limb. And I'm going to actually probably be holding closer to 45 pounds since I have 3 inches more draw length than what we calculated this off of. Now, if your draw length is more like 26 inches, you'll probably take off about 5 pounds. So you're actually going to be holding about 30 pounds with a 35-pound limb Royal X8 longbow. So take those details into consideration when you're figuring out which bow is the right one for you to order. So you want to determine what your draw length is and then calculate what the draw weight will actually be for your draw length based off of that number I shared with you. So it's about 28 inches is what your limb is going to be rated for. And you might need to add or subtract a little bit depending on your draw length. Thanks so much for tuning in. Until next time, take care and God bless.